The search is on for two suspects after a drive-by shooting at a home not far from Southeast Park in Amarillo. Around 8 yesterday evening, Amarillo police were called to the 2100 block of Savoy on a call of shots fired. When they arrived, they discovered a man in his 30s suffering from a gunshot wound, possibly an automatic .22 caliber weapon. He was transferred to the hospital in an unknown condition. The two suspects now being sought are believed to be known by the victim.
How's the public been adhering to it so far? We've had 2 meetings. Them doing good?
We've had multiple meetings with the public. When we're able to get the information out, we've been well received on it. There's still concerns that we're working on and addressing, and we welcome any input at 378-6813 for any issues related to solid waste.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. He's going to be joining us here in the next half hour. We're going to be drilling more into the waste cart proposal. For right now, though, Allie, I'm tossing it back to you.
The Dalhart area Crime Stoppers need your help locating a wanted fugitive out of Dalham County. Authorities are searching for a man by the name of Kenneth Fleming. He's wanted on 2 warrants, including assault of a public servant and failure to identify. If you know where he is, you're asked to call 244-5544. If your information leads to arrest, you could be eligible for a reward of up to $200. And the Clovis Police Department is also searching for a wanted man asking for the public health. 22-year-old Michael Cordova is wanted for probation violation. If you have any information on his whereabouts, call the Clovis PD at 575-769-1921. The Powerball drawing is going up once again since no one won the jackpot last night. The jackpot for Saturday's drawing is estimated to be $550 million, which would make it the nation's 8th largest lottery prize ever. That drawing will be held just a day after the Mega Millions next drawing on Friday, where the estimated jackpot is $418 million. The U.S. National Figure Skating Champions continue today with the men's competition getting underway. 18-year-old Nathan Chen Mei, the country's best shot at figure skating gold at next month's Olympic Games, is in South Korea. It's still undecided who will join him at the Olympics, so tonight is a great way to catch a sneak peek of who may be with him on the ice. Well, speaking of ice, the East Coast is bracing for a strong winter storm, which is expected to hit today. It could create blizzard conditions from Connecticut all the way to Maine. The storm already dumped rare ice and snow in the south from Florida to North Carolina. There were people skiing down streets in the capital. Many flights have been canceled in the Northeast, and public schools closed as 10 to 16 inches of snow are predicted in Boston. A state of emergency has been declared through tomorrow in Virginia and Georgia. Authorities in South Texas say a 34-year-old woman admitted to suffocating her 1-month-old daughter and is now facing capital murder charges. Maria Guadalupe Cardenas was being held Monday on a $1 million bond in Hidalgo County. That's next to the U.S.-Mexico border. The Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office said in a press release that deputies on Saturday responded to a call from someone later identified as Cardenas, saying that she had killed her infant child. Deputies found the unresponsive body of the infant in the house. The Sheriff's Office says Cardenas admitted to having suffocated the child. The Guyman Police Department needs your help finding a suspect and a wanted vehicle that may be involved in a larceny case. They're looking for this old Ford 90s pickup with a step side. The Guyman PD says the truck is dark in color, possibly red, with a brush guard short step rail. If anyone knows who owns this vehicle or maybe where this vehicle is, contact them at the Guyman Police Department at 580-338-6525. Well, 10 U.S. citizens are dead this morning following a deadly plane crash in Costa Rica. Officials in Costa Rica say the crash and why it happened is not yet known. You can see footage of it here, the plane still on fire. Nino Cubillo, director of Costa Rica's Civil Aviation Agency, told local media the deceased included 10 foreign tourists who were U.S. national citizens and 2 Costa Rican pilots for the aircraft. The company which operated the aircraft is Nature Air. Nature Air could not be immediately reached for comment on what happened. 3 people are dead and 2 are critically injured after an SUV crashed into another at an intersection near La Force. The Texas Department of Public Safety said the crash occurred Saturday afternoon. DPS believes the driver of a Chevrolet Tahoe was unable to avoid a Chevy Equinox that did not yield to the right-of-way at a stop sign. It entered the intersection in front of the Tahoe, causing it to collide. Authorities identified the 3 killed as Wesley Lewis of Elk City, Mildred Garza and Alberto Garza of Leedy, Oklahoma. The drivers of the Equinox and another passenger were hospitalized in critical condition. 2 Texas drivers are dead following a street racing crash on Christmas Day. Police say it happened during midday in Houston after the drivers of 2 Mustangs decided to go head-to-head. During the race, one of the Mustangs T-boned an unexpected SUV as it pulled out onto the roadway. Both the driver of the SUV and the one Mustang died from the collision. A witness of the terrible wreck says it stands as a reminder that your choices can create unexpected consequences for others. Investigators in Alabama are asking people not to share a disturbing child pornography video that's been circulating on social media. The video shows a child performing a sex act on an adult, and it's been circulating nationwide and even right here in Amarillo. Federal and state officials are conducting what they call a very aggressive investigation. Officials say when videos like this spread, it only further harms the victim. The Lubbock Police Department is looking for 2 suspects involved in a shooting inside a mall on New Year's Eve. The incident happened just before 6 o'clock yesterday evening. Officials say shots were fired after a fight broke out inside a Foot Action store. It also then made its way out into the hallway. You can see video shot by a customer here in front of you. Witnesses say the man began shooting towards another man once the incident started to escalate. Police say the suspects involved left the scene and are currently on the loose. South Plains Mall, the mall there in Lubbock, released a short statement saying they are committed to the safety and well-being of their shoppers and retailers. Amarillo's Children's Home is making an impact for those it helps this week and is asking for the public's help in doing so. On Tuesday, February 6th, the ACH is hosting their 8th annual Roots and Wings event at the Civic Center. Guests will be able to enjoy great food, community interaction, and an inspirational speech from author Josh Shipp. If you'd like to attend, RSVP online at the ACH website or by calling their number at 806-352-5771. Proceeds from the event go toward helping Amarillo Children's Home provide care for more than 40 children living in foster care. Well, there's some offices closed around the city of Amarillo today in observance of the new holiday. Both the Public Health Department, WIC offices, and the DPS offices, including driver's license offices, are closed and will reopen with normal business hours tomorrow. There'll be no transit in all Amarillo Public Library locations, as well as the Public Health Department are closed. Normal operations resume tomorrow. The Amarillo Animal Management and Welfare and the Amarillo Panhandle Humane Society will reopen tomorrow as well. Trash collection, normally scheduled for today, will be picked up tomorrow, and regular solid waste collection will resume on Wednesday. And today is the 129th annual Tournament of Roses Parade back home where Cameron and me are from in Southern California. After Gary Sinise is the Grand Marshal because of his many contributions to veterans' causes. The parade will lead up to the 104th Rose Bowl game, where the number 2 Oklahoma Sooners will take on number 3 Georgia Bulldogs. Amarillo restaurants saw an increase in business this Super Bowl Sunday. News Channel 10's Destiny Richards joins us now live in the studio with how her visit to one local pizza joint went during what they say is their busiest day of deliveries. Thanks for joining us there. I'm Mike Makie and for Cassie Stafford on this Sunday evening. Well, the game just ended a short time ago, and the Philadelphia Eagles are now the champions of Super Bowl 52. The game came down to the wire with numerous records being set. I'm sure many people were on edge, as much as our sports director Ralph Cooper was. He shared his celebration on Facebook earlier. Stay tuned for later in our broadcast as our very own Jacob Aranda from Sports brings you the highlights. Well, here are some 5 things you need to know as you head out the door. For the first time in 6 years, McDonald's is bringing back its dollar menu. The company hopes the $1, $2, $3 menu brings in more customers. Now, the new plan kicked off on January 1st and includes a variety of items covering 3 different price points, which includes cheeseburgers, some McCafe beverages, and of course the all-favorite Happy Meal. I've taken part in the deal myself. It's rather good. Taco Bell is now introducing a new dollar menu item later this month in hopes of competing with other fast food chains like McDonald's. Beginning January 25th, Taco Bell will begin selling $1 nacho fries. Sounds pretty good in my opinion, which feature a bold Mexican-style seasoning and come with nacho cheese dipping sauce. On your first day of the new year, first day of the new work week, we need to get a check of the forecast as, well, a lot of people actually have the day off, so they may not be headed out the door just quite yet, and that may be for the better looking at that chart over there of how cold it is.
Most definitely. If you have today off, just stay inside.
Have to get a check of the forecast. First alert meteorologist Samantha Thomas. Christmas is over. Holiday season is starting to pass. People are headed back to work. Kids are still out of school. What type of weather can they expect on this Tuesday?
It is going to be cold today.
What a game, Mike. We had fun in there watching it.
Yeah, we had the game rolling the whole time, and we were watching it from the very beginning down to the very end there, and it's, I don't know what to say. I will admit I was wrong. My prediction during the 5:30 show said Patriots, and, you know, for a lot of people, I'm sure they're happy I'm wrong, and our very own Ralph Cooper, I'm sure he's very glad that I'm wrong. Would you say that?
Oh, yeah. Looking at his Facebook Live, you can tell he was very ecstatic. He's been a longtime Eagles fan, so he was definitely happy.
If he's not here the rest of the week, we're going to know why.
Oh, of course we're going to know why. But I was also wrong in my prediction. I said the Patriots can win, but Eagles fly, Eagles fly.
Well, the city of Amarillo has a new proposal that would look to change how trash is collected for roughly 16,000 customers. Instead of communal dumpsters, each residence or business would get a personal trash bin cart. News Channel 10's Makie is live in the Alert Center with Amarillo Assistant City Manager Floyd Hartman discussing the proposal.
Well, Floyd's joined us here yet again. We're in our last half hour. We talked about what the proposal was and defined it. And I want to say this too. It's trash cart. That bin is my bad. That is my influence from back home. We call them bins, but they're trash carts. We talked about what the proposal was. Now let's look at a little bit of the nitty-gritty money details. It's the city's mechanical infrastructure that will have to get a little bit of an influx with it. How will that be changed around? How will that support it?
Sure. As the proposal is discussed with the City Council moving forward for the residential customers, what we're looking at is working within the existing funding that's available for replacement of equipment, to purchase the equipment to initiate this type of program. Again, subject to the City Council giving us a directive to move forward on it. Also within existing funding, we're looking at purchasing a first round of the carts and the bins, as you call them. And so then we'll include that in the upcoming budget. There is no planned rate increase to fund this. We are working within existing funding levels to propose this program.
Now, with this, you have the price of the bins, and then you have price of trucks, correct? Because right now you have the side loaders for big, heavy-duty dumpsters. Yes. They need to pay to get the claw grabber ones that grab individual bins. So that money, that's coming from a couple different things. You were saying earlier to me.
We have an ongoing program to replace the trucks and the equipment. So we'll just utilize that to replace equipment that works within this program if the council chooses to do that. And then the bins will be budgeted in relation to replacement of other equipment like dumpsters. We're going to enhance the dumpster replacement also through this process. So it is about budgeting and planning and coordinating what we need to do.
Now, real quick, briefly, we got just a few seconds here. How's the public been adhering to it so far? We've had 2 meetings. Them doing good?
We've had multiple meetings with the public. When we're able to get the information out, we've been well received on it. There's still concerns that we're working on and addressing, and we welcome any input at 378-6813 for any issues related to solid waste.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. He's going to be joining us here in the next half hour. We're going to be drilling more into the waste cart proposal. For right now, though, Allie, I'm tossing it back to you.